Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you haven't, welcome to my channel. So I got a request to do a video on the different spreads that I use when I'm using the cards. So I want to say thank you to Kashi. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, I apologize. But thank you for requesting this video. So I guess I never did a video on spreads before, simply because I'm not a huge user of them. When I use the cards, there's only really one spread that I tend to use. Back when I first started working with the tarot, I would try different spreads that would come in guidebooks when I would receive new decks. But as time went on and I started using the cards more, what I found to be the most comfortable for me and just what worked best for me was the very simple 3-card spread. I have used the Celtic Cross before, but that I feel is good for me if I really want to like dive deep into something and over like a longer time period. I would do that spread. Otherwise, yeah, it's really just the simple 3-card spread through the 3-card pull that I use. So usually what I do is I focus on my intent, my purpose for using the cards in that moment. I shuffle, and I usually tend to take jumpers over pulling them myself, but some days, you know, when you're shuffling and you just feel like this is the time, this is the moment to pull a card. If that happens, then I will pull a card. So I shuffle and then I pull 3. And I know a lot of the times that this spread is used for past, present, and future type readings, which I do use it for that, but I feel like it's a bit different, the way that I prefer to use it in that way. So for example, whatever the situation may be, the question that I have, I tend to look at the cards as mirrors of my emotions, my most like inner, deeper thoughts. I don't really look at them as like events. So I don't really look at it as like, this is the event of the past, this is what's currently happening now, and then this is going to be how the future plays out. Me personally, I don't read the cards in that way. So if, for example, I would look at this as, if I'm pertaining to a certain situation, maybe this is how I have responded to that situation, whether it be emotionally, the way I have thought about it in the past, and then my actions here, they kind of gradually drifted into this, and now maybe this is how my mind is thinking about the situation or my feelings. And then from the present, I can look at the future card as maybe a mere suggestion of how I can change the way I perceive things or my emotions towards something or my thoughts, to have a better understanding of the situation or to help it go in the direction that it needs to go. So that's just an example of how I like to use this very simple 3-card spread. And then if I'm stuck on something, if I need a little bit more clarification on any of these cards, I would simply just shuffle the deck again. And then, so say the present, I needed a bit more clarification on the present, I would shuffle and then pull, and it would help me to better understand. Usually I only need one clarification card, and a lot of the times I'll pull a clarification card simply because I'm still trying to work on my confidence as a reader, and especially reading for myself, I find it to be quite challenging. So I tend to pull a clarification card to help reassure me that how I'm perceiving the message is correct. So yeah, that is the main spread, I guess you could say, that I use when I'm reading the cards. I do like to use that one if I'm reading for others as well, but a lot of the times also I just like to pull cards. I like to sit with the cards, focus on my intent, my purpose for sitting here today with them, shuffle for a little while. If any jumpers jump out, great. If not, pull a card and sit with it for a moment and see, what am I getting from this card? What is something that I need to be more aware of? And then again, if I need a little bit more clarification than that, I can simply pull another card. And yeah, I try not to sit here all day pulling cards to try to get more clarification or figure it out, but sometimes just one card isn't really enough for me to get the message, so I do tend to have to pull a few more, which is funny because I'm usually left with, again, the 3-card spread or the 3-card pull, but in this sort of way it's not really a past, present, and future type of reading. It's just simply pulling the cards and just seeing what they're giving me in that moment. So those are the 2 ways that I am most familiar, most comfortable with using the cards. If I was to do a reading for someone else and they asked me to use a different type of spread, I would be open to giving that a try. Just the only thing is that I am not 100% familiar with a lot of the spreads, so I do have to, if I am doing something a bit different than what I'm used to, have to follow along with a guidebook. But yeah, I'm not opposed to using spreads if somebody were to ask me to use one while doing a reading for them. Just for me personally, especially if I'm doing a reading for myself, those are the 2 main ways that I like to use the cards. So yeah, I hope this helped shed a bit more light on how I like to use the cards when doing a reading. I know that everybody is different. I know some people really enjoy using spreads each time they do a reading and it helps them. And then I know that there are other people who don't prefer spreads at all and, just pull cards, and that's cool too. Whatever way that it works for you, I say is the best way for you to use the cards. So if you are a card reader and you like to use spreads, which are some of the spreads that you enjoy using? And if you are not a spreads type of reader, feel free to also share in the comments your style of using the cards. I always love hearing from you guys. I always love hearing all the different ways that people like to read, and yeah, just have fun with it. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. I thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I shall see you in the next one.